Hello everybody, and this is Jared with Pit Lane Start's preview of the 2021 Spanish Grand Prix. Valtteri Bottas was the fastest in today's FP1 with a time of 1 minute 18 seconds, .504, while Lewis Hamilton was the fastest in the second practice session this afternoon with a time of 1 minute 18.107. Red Bull had an off day today. Only Verstappen was in the top 5 on either of the practice sessions, and Perez finished P9 in both sessions. Moving on to some news from the week, Valtteri Bottas rejects reports in the UK media that he would be replaced by George Russell mid-season, calling it bullshit, saying that only one team does that, a not-so-subtle jab at Red Bull Racing's willingness to fire drivers mid-season. I'm going to have to side with Bottas here. It doesn't make sense for Mercedes to fire him and to put Russell into that position. Bottas is the right man for that job right now, and for Russell to change teams mid-season, get used to a new car, and possibly be in the middle of a title fight isn't going to do Mercedes any favors. So I don't see why anyone would even report that Valtteri Bottas would be on the outs with Mercedes. He's had his struggles in the last few years, but he's the right man that's available for the job right now. So I don't see why Toto Wolff will change course. Sticking with the Red Bull-Mercedes rivalry, Red Bull has reportedly recruited over 100 people from Merck's engine program over to their new engine program that they're taking over from Honda at season's end. But Mercedes boss, Toto Wolff, doesn't seem too fazed by it, saying that more Mercedes employees rejected Red Bull's advances and said that they are not taking Red Bull's lottery numbers. Moving to the back of the grid, Nikita Mazepin earned his first penalty point of the year for ignoring blue flags in his incident with Perez last week in Portugal. I believe that Mazepin has put Haas and the FIA into a tough position with his inability to drive a car, his sportsmanship, and his on-track behavior. But if he were to move from his Haas seat, Haas would have to close shop. I think that he's valid of all criticisms that he receives, and I do hope that Gene Haas finds a way to keep the team afloat without his dad's money, but I don't see that happening anytime soon, and we're stuck with him, and hopefully he doesn't get someone hurt, but I don't know. That's a definite possibility right now. Offers. The Circuit de Barcelona Catalunya has often been decried as a track that provides boring racing, and that can be contributed to two factors. First of all, the lack of heavy braking zones. Heavy braking zones is where the majority of overtakes happen, and as you know, a lack of overtaking often leads to a boring race. Not always, but it does. Turn 1 is considered the only real opportunity to overtake at the end of the pit straight. The second reason that it produces boring racing is that it's a popular track for testing for the last handful of years prior to this year. It has been the only site for any major preseason testing. This means that the teams and drivers are extremely familiar with the circuit and have buckets of data, and that leads to a procession. Everyone knows exactly what everyone's going to do. There's no changes in pit strategy. Everyone knows what's going to happen. It might be a better idea, I think, if F1 went to another circuit where they don't race on to do testing. I think that would kind of make some races interesting. That would make at least one more race on the calendar interesting. Anywho, but that doesn't mean that the Barcelona's track has any lack of any interesting moments. In 1994, Michael Schumacher finished P2 in a race where he lost his entire gearbox except for fifth gear and had to race the majority of the race in fifth gear. But there have been changes this year to turn 10. From a hairpin to more of a sweeping turn, as this is an attempt to get more overtaking in a better race. But some people are saying that this may have the opposite effect. Again, taking away another heavy braking zone. As you can see, it is more of a sweeping turn. There may be some more options for lines. You can take multiple lines in and out of there, but we'll see. We'll see. Anyways, as for the predictions, Hamilton wins from pole. Mercedes is just too good at this track, and for anything else to happen. So I think we're going to see Hamilton's 100th pole and 98th victory of his career. Anyways, we'll see you Sunday, and we'll talk about what happened and see if I'm right.